What's going on, people? It's your boy Leon Mas from Leon Talks TV. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're delving into a fascinating topic, the dynamics of attraction and how women treat handsome men, often referred to as Chads or Tyrones if you happen to be black or mixed race man. You might have noticed that physical attraction can significantly impact dating experience. And we are going to explore exactly how that works, from the advantages that come with being good looking to the psychological factors influencing women's perceptions. This video will break it all down. So if you ever wondered why some guys seem to have it easier in the dating scene, stick around as we uncover the truth behind the handsome man factor. So in order for us to understand it, we first have to begin with actually understanding physical attractiveness. First, let's talk about what we mean by physical attractiveness. I think I once heard a YouTuber by the name of King Richards. He once described it as hitting the lottery gene. So basically, you was born and blessed with good looks. Some people might say highly favored, so to speak. Now, this refers to how pleasing or appealing someone's physical features are, such as their face, their body, and overall appearance. While attractiveness is quite subjective, and it is really subjective sometimes, but there are people that are extremely good looking that everyone can agree that they're good looking. If you happen to be in the category of a male model, so there are certain traits that tend to be widely considered attractive. So, for example, it would be something like symmetrical features, a defined jawline, clear skin, and a fit physical physique. Now, you might be wondering, does physical attractiveness really matter that much when it comes to dating? And contrary to popular belief, yes, unfortunately, it does. Even though a lot of women will say things like it's all about personality, looks doesn't matter. But to some extent, looks does matter. And then on the other hand, people say game is what matters, or get your money game up. And there are some factors that those do matter, but nonetheless, money doesn't really buy a burning desire. And game is only for you to try harder. But we'll delve into that a bit more later on as this video goes on. So, numerous studies have shown that how someone looks can have a significant impact on their dating success and the way they are perceived by potential partners. So let's get on to the dating experience of attractive men. So now let's start by looking at the dating experience of those who are considered highly attractive and often referred to as Chads or Tyrone. Now, you see, these type of individuals are what you consider the cream of the crop, the upper echelons. It's funny because a lot of the times, me and my friends would always refer to someone that was like extremely good looking, that didn't really have to do much. We would always say, "Oh, you're a sniper. You're just there lurking, and you just be catching all your shots cleanly," you know? So these extremely good looking guys, these individuals who are typically rated between, or I would say from 7 or above on a scale of 1 to 10, they tend to have much easier time in the dating world. You see, attractive men often receive a lot of positive attention from potential partners. They may find that women are more likely to approach them. Now imagine a scenario where a very attractive person walks into a party. Their presence might immediately catch the eye of others, and they might find themselves surrounded by potential suitors, all eyeing for their attention. These type of experiences is quite common for those considered highly attractive. In certain scenarios, you may receive a lot of choosing signals from women. This could include a woman putting herself in your proximity. She just happens to just find herself right next to you, you know, and giving you positive eye contact. And let me just tell you, this is always my go-to method when I want to gauge if a woman is interested in me. And 9 out of 10, I would always say, once I get that good eye contact, it's always a good success rate. Especially if we lock eyes and she gives a smile. That's my cue to make a move. Additionally, you also get physical touch, like her touching your shoulder, being flirtatious, or laughing at your jokes. Or sometimes you might even get a woman just outright compliment you and just say how amazingly attractive you are. Some women just cannot even probably help themselves in those type of situations. Or to the point where she's even laughing at your jokes and you even know yourself that you're not funny. Or even if you didn't even make any jokes, which can also indicate her interest. Now, another good example, which I think more introverted guys can relate to this, is when a woman finds a handsome introvert attractive. They might see you as mysterious or intriguing and wanting to know more about you. On the other hand, a woman might initiate conversation by saying things like, "Oh, you're so quiet. Why are you so quiet? Is everything all right? Are you all right?" Constantly checking up on you, constantly seeing if everything's all right. But what's funny is that these exact things has happened to me in certain scenarios because I'm a very laid back, introverted type of person. I can be at times, right? Which I find kind of annoying sometimes, to be honest with you, because it does get a bit tad annoying. And there was a time when I had to say to this girl, like, "Yo, I'm not the only one in this room being quiet. You know that, right?" So I was like to her, "Why do you keep singling me out all the time?" And she sat back and she just laughed and replied, "Well, duh, because I'm interested in you. And those other guys I can't care to think about," with a winky smile, suggesting that she didn't care about those guys and she was probing at me as a way to initiate conversation and also as a way to get me to open up a bit more. Which also kind of reminds me, I mentioned this in my previous video reacting to FitX, Austin Dunham, and King 68. I spoke about one of my friends who actually reminded me of 6'8". Same height, looked exactly the same. They were a splitting image of each other. Now, a lot of women used to find him attractive. And it's quite interesting to see how women treat you when they deem you attractive. Like, you really don't have to do much. I know a lot of these guys on social media, these so-called "you need to have game" gurus, preach about needing to have game and certain qualities. While that might be true for some people who are average looking or below average, when you're an extremely good looking guy and women find you attractive, you really don't need much game. And I would say that is one defining difference between good looking guys and the average Joe. Because I said it before, game is only for women that don't initially like you. And pretty much you have to convince them to like you. In fact, because when a woman finds you attractive, I would say you don't need any game. Your looks will do all the talking for you. Now, a lot of people might not agree with that, but that's the harsh reality. So, going back to my friend that looked like 6'8", 68. You see, when I was around this guy, there was no game, absolutely none whatsoever he possessed. His whole thing was that we would literally be at parties and social gatherings and he wouldn't say a word. To be honest, he would be so antisocial and moody at times that there would always be that one girl checking on him. He would exclude himself at times from the group, sit in the corner, or even go into another room by himself. And yet, there would always be another girl going to check on him and comforting him. What's funny is that by the end of the night, let's just say he was having some bedroom fun. And this guy put in no effort at all. And this was on a consistent basis. Without fail, I kid you not. You see, attractive men often enjoy several benefits in the dating world, primarily due to the way women treat them, especially during initial attraction. For starters, handsome guys typically receive a lot more positive attention from women, which can come in the form of compliments and flirtations. Don't get me wrong, everyone faces rejection, but they just have a higher success rate than the average Joe. Now, this attention boosts their self-confidence, making them even more engaging in conversation, or in some cases, not feeling the need to be more engaging, as women will tend to initiate the first conversation with them. These men also know they have more options to choose from, allowing them to find partners who match their preference and also allowing them to be more picky in the dating scene. In social settings, they often find it easier to start conversation because women are more inclined to approach them. Plus, their physical attractiveness usually creates favorable first impressions, with people assuming they possess positive traits like intelligence and kindness. I would also say that women are more likely to have a one-night stand with an attractive guy for obvious reasons, obviously. However, women often feel a lot safer with attractive men, even if they don't know that person very well or just met for the first time. In a way, women perceive attractive men as less dangerous and harmful. Interestingly, women are also more open to casual sex with very attractive men compared to those who are just average or unattractive. This indicates that physical attractiveness plays a significant role in short-term dating. Another study found that women can often judge a man willingness to engage in casual sex just by looking at his facial features. This ability to read facial traits influences how safe they feel and what they think his intentions are. Overall, these findings show how perceptions of safety, attractiveness, and evolutionary factors all play a part in how women choose their partners. And I kid you not, this is why it's never considered creepy when handsome men either are staring at a woman or approaching a woman. I've literally heard women say that it's only creepy when the guy is deemed unattractive. And lastly, one other thing to note is that when it comes to attractive men, they can get away with a whole lot more. And that is being cringy, telling bad jokes, being more cheesy with their pickup lines. And also, women will ignore the red flags she sees in a good looking guy. For instance, it could be something like she knows or she's seen signs that this guy might be a player, but she'll convince herself that he could be a one woman man for her, or he can change his ways for her. Or another way attractive men can get away with a lot of things is women will put up with attractive men if they're broke, right? For instance, like there's a term called homosexuals, right? And I think it's to do with more of a man can literally live rent free in a woman's house just because of his looks and his bedroom game, because of attraction, right? Like the good looking guys will get away with not having much money certain times. Like it's funny because it's like a woman might use a guy for his money, right? But that money that she's used to get from that guy, let's just say, lack of a better word, the unattractive guy, she'll use the money that she got from him and spend it with the guy that she actually wants to be with and has a desire for, the guy she deems attractive. Now, another thing women will also treat handsome men is that women will buy things for handsome men. Women, don't get it twisted, women will buy gifts for men they feel attracted to. You see, when women say you gotta do this and buy me that and take me there, you see all that 50-50 talk? Women will be happily do it for a guy they deem very attractive and they have a burning desire for. They will do 50-50, they will buy gifts, and occasionally they will pay for dates. So fellas, don't get it twisted. But yeah, so those are the few things that how women treat men. So conclusion. So there you have it. We've explored how physical attractiveness impacts the way women treat handsome men in the dating world. So with that being said, thank you for joining me today. If you found the discussion insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience and perspective on attraction. Until next time, keep exploring the fascination world of relationships.